What's up, fellow drivers? Today we are going to be working on the MR2 and on the interior specifically. So we are going to be putting in a new head unit and some cup holders. So the reason why we're doing a new head unit is because the one that I had previously was a Fahrenheit and it had a lot of cool options, but it worked for about 4 years and it just broke. And honestly, I wasn't really expecting a whole lot from it, but I guess it kind of did its duty at this point. Now I have a new Pioneer head unit, and it is a Pioneer MVH-S301BT. You know, that model. So it's a pretty basic unit. It doesn't even have a CD player, but honestly I just wanted something that was simple and from a good known brand. It has Bluetooth connectivity and pretty much everything that I'll actually use. You know, who uses CDs anymore anyway? The other thing is the cup holders. So shout out to Russ up in Canada for hooking me up with this. If you recall, I have a video on the 5 worst things about the MR2. One of the things I listed was this lack of cup holders. So now, after 12 years of not having cup holders, which I think is officially known in academic circles as a long ass time, I'm going to have them. So if you're curious about the video where I talk about the lack of cup holders, click on that link up there, and you can rage on the internet like half the people that watch that video. So first order of business is to take the old stuff out, of course. So we're going to remove this, and that means we're going to have to remove all these trim pieces around it. And this won't be a full-on tutorial on how to do everything, but you know, you can kind of follow along if you want to do it yourself, and you should get a pretty good idea. Next, remove the ashtray. And then you'll have to undo this screw and this screw. Pro tip, the ashtray works great for holding the screws. Note that you're going to have to disconnect these 3 connectors here. So after you kind of wiggle it apart, you'll see that they connect here in these places. And they're just kind of standard clips that you'll have to unpinch. So at this point, this is when things are going to get kind of application specific, although they should all be more or less the same to a certain degree. You can see that basically I just have to disconnect this wire bundle here for the old head unit, and then I'm just going to have to rewire them. And you can do it a variety of ways. You can do it super janky and just twist the wires together, or you can use a nice wire nut, or even shrink wrap them together. So depending on your level of OCD and how well you want things to turn out and not have problems in the future, that's up to you. I'd recommend undoing them one at a time so you don't get too confused with a bunch of wires that aren't hooked up to anything. And for the most part, you can just match up the colors with whatever the colors are in your car. However, your head unit should come with some type of wiring diagram to let you know exactly what's what. You're also probably going to need a wire stripper to snip off the ends of the insulation on these wires. Alright, so I finally got the old one all disconnected, the old wiring harness here, and now I just need to plug in the new one. Got everything wired up, so all I need to do is just plug in this clip here. And the important thing is I want to check that everything actually works before I put everything back together. So I'm just going to hook it up and then try playing some stuff. I won't do it for you just because I don't want to play music and get banned from YouTube. Well, good news, it all works. Now I just need to figure out how to get these brackets that are on the lower storage DIN onto the cup holders as well as onto the new head unit. So it looks like the hole here in the trim piece of the car is actually just a little bit too small to fit the new cup holders in there. Like, this is just slightly thicker than the actual DIN, and so it overlaps with the trim piece on the new head unit. So what I'm gonna have to do is actually shave that down just a hair, and then they'll fit perfectly. Alright, so now, as you can see, if I slide these both in here, kind of hard to hold them together, but I can push, and it clears just fine. Okay, so I got the brackets figured out, and basically, I just screwed it into the head unit here, and I was not able to screw it in anywhere down here on the cup holders. But they're fitting together nicely, and here's another pro tip. This one's straight from Russ, link to his Instagram below. Use a zip tie, okay? So I also kind of bent the bracket slightly, so they're like holding it really tightly. And then I just use the zip tie here to kind of hold everything together to make sure things don't shift. And it's quite secure. It seems like things are fitting nicely. So now I'm just gonna pop it in through the trim and get everything hooked up. Clearly I started doing this way too late in the afternoon and it's getting dark. So hopefully you guys were able to see this last part, but it looks like it's fitting nicely. I'm reaching the home stretch. Just have to put this stuff back together, and then these screws over here for this panel. I really have to get this replaced. Also, you'll hear that about in the 5 worst things about the MR2. Alright, so there is the final result. You can see we have the cup holders out. I need to pull this down a little bit, and then the cup will sit right in there. I don't have a water bottle or anything like that out there with me. Push that in, and it has a little tray down here, so it didn't lose all my storage. And it's just enough room to fit a cell phone, like an iPhone, so that's pretty sweet. And it looks like it is nicely finished. I have no weird gaps or odd things that aren't fitting. All the trim is nice, and this one actually fits even better than my last one. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, so that's how you put in cup holders and change out your head unit in an MR2. Like I said, it wasn't a full tutorial. You know, I didn't exactly do step-by-step on everything, but hopefully that helped you out. And I thought this was a pretty cool modification for the MR2, getting in that little hidden cup holders and extra storage cell phone DIN, along with a new head unit that works now. And I've got Bluetooth capability because my last one broke, and I think this one looks a lot better. It actually fits super slick, and yeah. Next thing to do is this, because it looks like crap. And I've run out of battery, but hopefully we get a new transmission and stuff in the MR2 soon, and stuff is still happening with the MR2. I know that a lot of you guys originally started following me because of the MR2, and don't worry, definitely always still doing stuff with it. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.